would flash at 2 a.m. every single morning so that when I wake up or when 2 a.m. hits, it's like, brother, there's no option. I don't have an option. I'm getting up. There is no pressing snooze while laying in bed because I took that option away. And that is the biggest way to actually do it. I'm really not more disciplined than most of you guys watching this right now. I know it seems like I am, but I'm really not. I just have already done the work to put those positions in place. And whenever you come to a fork in the road, which is the decision to do something that is long-term gratification versus short-term gratification, you need to think to yourself, how do I take this out of the equation every single time? I don't want that to even be in the equation. I don't want it to even be possible. Because if you take the temptation away, then it will no longer be there and you will always make the right decision. It's the same reason why I have app blockers on my computer, on my softwares. It's the same reason why I have the Brick app on my phone so that I don't have the option to even go there. So sorry, Mr. David Goggins, but discipline isn't that important. And I don't mean to have David Goggins just catching strays, but it's basically everybody. Everybody tells you you need discipline, you need to wake up, you need to choose this, you need to choose that, which leads a lot of people to be in this constant cycle of, I'm motivated right now. I know I want to do good. I know I want to hit the gym. I know I want to work hard, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then them not doing it every once in a while because they fall victim to decision fatigue, which again, we're just humans, so it's going to happen. And then they fall into this feeling of guilt and despair, like, oh, I'm not that good. I messed up. I took the day off yesterday. And then it causes them to watch more David Goggins, more motivational content. Then they get hyped again. Then they get back on track. And then it's just that cycle repeats over and over and over and over. It's like, guys, the way that I've been able to solidify these habits so well and not miss a day is just because I took that option away. Willpower is a finite resource that depletes throughout the day. Even the most disciplined person will eventually exhaust the reservoir of self-control. This is why relying primarily on discipline is a fundamentally flawed strategy. It requires you to fight against your natural tendencies rather than working with them. System design offers a superior approach. Why? Well, because instead of constantly battling your habits through sheer force of will, you engineer your environment to make productive behaviors the path of least resistance. And that right there is probably the best one line that I can give you. Make productive behaviors the path of least resistance. You have to add resistance to the things that don't serve you and take away resistance to the things that do serve you. All the things that you shouldn't be doing and you know you shouldn't be doing, you should add as much friction to them as possible. When productivity becomes the easiest option, you no longer need heroic amounts of discipline to stay on track. When productivity requires heroic willpower, you've already lost. True productivity masters don't fight temptation. They eliminate it from their environment entirely. Discipline asks, how can I force myself to focus despite these distractions? System design asks, how can I eliminate these distractions so I don't need force to focus at all? One approach depletes you and the other energizes you. The power of printouts and physical reminders. This is absolutely gigantic. So, physical reminders work in ways that digital ones simply can't. Another way that I like to create my own environment is I understand that if something is closed or in a book or on my laptop, chances are I'll probably never, ever see it. That's why I do my scheduling old school style, baby. I do it old school style, pen and paper, like it's freaking the 1900s. And I don't even do it on like a Notion. Or people get fancy with it. I don't like to do that. I don't like to do it on my phone. The reason why is because I won't see it, or I have to go and open it up. And it leads to distraction more often than not. And that's part of the reason why printouts are so important to me. So I have this printout in my bathroom. I'll go over here once I read the slide. When information exists in a form you can touch, your brain processes it better through multiple senses, creating stronger memory connections. Unlike digital alerts that disappear, printed materials stay in your space, catching your eye throughout the day without you needing to check anything. This constant presence keeps important things top of mind without making your brain work any harder. In a world full of digital distractions, sometimes the most powerful tool is just the right object in the right place. And I have a few examples of that. As you can see right here on the camera, this is a quote about discipline. And then the other one is a quote about sacrifice. And then I also have these quotes up here. Discipline ambition, success. And then I also have way here, this one, entrepreneurship, nutrition facts. And those are all things to kind of keep me going, things that I read every once in a while to just put the right mindset into myself. And this right here is what I have on my bathroom wall. And essentially what it is the weight. So I'm cutting right now. Right here on the left is my weight that I should be by the date. I'm losing 1.4 pounds per week on average. And then on the other two are some ways that I can do that, right? And this is right above my weight scale. So that every time I step on the scale, I'm reminded of some of the things that I can do in order to lose weight faster. So one, increase my NEAT, my non-exercise activity thermogenesis, AKA walk around more, do more things. Two, dial in sleep and recovery. And you get the point. This is an example of me using it in my daily life. And I've also done that with multiple things like my vision board, things that I wanted, printed it out and put it on my wall. I have other reminders around as well. For example, I have one up here and I have one over there. You can't see it that well, but right there on the whiteboard, it says 40K per month because I want to get my agency to 40K per month by September, and which is a decision I made 6 months before September. So as you can see, I still use all of these to this very day. Of course, there's somebody going to be out there saying, what about balance? Now, I want to talk to you guys about the seasons of success, which I've touched on a little bit earlier, but I want to get into deeper here. The idea of work-life balance sounds nice. Equal time for work and play every single day. But this approach actually prevents real success and stunts your growth potential. Life doesn't work in perfect daily balance. It works in seasons. Just like farmers plant in the spring, work intensely in summer, harvest in the fall, and rest in the winter, your career follows similar patterns. The most successful people understand this truth. There are seasons for extreme focus and seasons for rest. Trying to maintain perfect daily balance means you'll never generate enough momentum to create breakthrough results. The most successful people go all in for a few years to create freedom for decades. The temporary imbalance creates permanent advantage. And the balanced mindset assumes that life is a marathon at a steady pace. And the reality is a series of intense sprints followed by recovery. Your 20s can either be a playground or a battlefield. And the choice, my friends, is yours. So you can figure out what you want it to be. You can live it up in your 20s and then regret it in your 30s, or you can do the opposite. You can work really hard in your 20s and then live whatever life you want in your 30s. Next is I want to go over how to use AI to strengthen your mindset. See, there are so many use cases to AI, and this is one that's extremely overlooked. Guys, I need you guys to lock in here because this is going to be huge. And if you're not using AI on a daily basis to strengthen your mindset, your habits, etc., you're missing out completely. AI tools like ChatGPT offer something remarkable that was not available in previous generations. It wasn't available when I was actually starting in 2022. You guys do not understand how lucky you are to be right here, right now, with AI at your fingertips. On-demand mindset coaching that's personalized to your exact situation. And that right there, personalized to your exact situation. Look, you can watch tons of videos, but at the end of the day, you Google things, you read blogs, you might have to watch a 20-minute video to find 30 seconds of the value that you were actually looking for. But AI, you tell it your exact situation, how you feel, what you're thinking, what you're doing, what's happened to you before, and it will give you a completely personalized response. When you're facing challenges, your brain naturally gravitates towards negative thinking patterns, and you might overthink problems, catastrophize outcomes, or fall into self-doubt spirals. These mental patterns happen automatically and can be difficult to break when you're stuck inside your own head. This is where AI becomes a powerful mindset tool. See, when something difficult happens or you're feeling mentally stuck, immediately open your AI assistant to explain the exact situation you're facing, how you're currently feeling about it, and how you want to feel or respond instead. And just so that you guys know exactly, again, I love just showing that I practice what I preach and how I do it. I actually have some prompts that I've given to AI. So for example, this is not one about mindset, but I want to just show you just how much I use it and what situation I use it in. What is the best option to eat at Subway for someone who's trying to build muscle and lose fat? And it basically said like a rice bowl. And I would have never gotten that before. I would have never known that. I could have just Googled it, but then I'd be wasting time scrolling through blogs and crap. And then they try to get me to pay something. So this is just a way better way. I feel like I never have enough time to get through all the things done that I want to do. It's hard to have all my desired habits while doing things that I want. And then it gave me an answer. Another one. I get quite anxious and avoidant when it comes to taxes because I'm a bit behind on them and I almost never know really what's going on with my accountants or where I'm even at with it. What should I do? And then it let me know. And then I conquered my taxes. Next is I wanted to decrease the amount that I'm on my phone, specifically scrolling Instagram, but I need my phone for work. What should I do? Another one. I'm trying to send a wire transfer from my personal bank account and the option doesn't show up like it does on my RBC business account. What should I do? Now, this is one where I'm like trying to do something with tech or software and I've hit a wall where I'm like, I don't know what to do next. It's not working for me. The things that I've been able to do with ChatGPT is insane. And it's helped me so many times because what else am I going to do? Go look at the help page. Usually they're useless. They don't even tell me what the actual solution is. Whereas with AI, I can give it screenshots of what I'm looking at, what I'm facing, and it's been able to help me do so many things from payroll to setting up my website domain in a certain way. Especially with tech, it really helps